Right, round two. Sit. Good morning again. Gluttons for punishment. I've no shamrock to give you, but it's lovely to welcome you back. And this morning we have from this little book of Lent an interesting reflection. And it's by Father Gerard W. Hughes, who is a Jesuit priest who has been much involved with peace and justice organizations and the promotion of Ignatian retreats. He is the author of the best-selling God of Surprises, yes, and the following extract is taken from God, Where Are You? And the theme of our Lenten talk, one friend speaks to another. Interesting. Forgive me my rudeness, I forgot to welcome you by name. Sister Catherine is back with us on YouTube. Ah, Sister Wendy, happy St. Patrick's Day. To dear Magdalena and Andy and David. David, oh, welcome back. I thought you had crossed over. It's weeks since we heard from you. Thank God you're here. And Anthony, welcome, and dear Kevin. And Kitty, happy St. Patrick's Day, Kitty. And Brother Rogerio. And to Dale Edwina Smith, welcome. I have never seen you, touched you, heard you, tasted you, smelt you. You are invisible, yet enveloping all things. Elusive, yet inescapable. Remote, yet closer to me than I am to myself. Unknowable, yet the source of all knowing. Nothing, yet sustaining all things. For in you, all creation lives and moves and has its being. In you are all things. Without you, there is nothing. Creation is your sacrament. Powerful. creation is your sacrament, your Eucharist, a sign and effective sign of your presence, yet you are not the sign. You are in it, but not of it. You are always beyond, always greater. My mind cannot encompass you, but my heart longs for you. It is in the pain of my emptiness that I glimpse you. I long for you, but cannot grasp you. That is why you are my dearest. I long for you most, but you are also most costly. I know you are not harsh, but most gentle, and that your generosity is without limit. There is nothing you will not forgive, that you exercise the same tender care for the evil person as you do for the good, that you let your sun rise on the just and unjust alike. It is because you are so attractive that you are also a source of pain, of terrifying darkness. For to lose you is to lose everything. To be separated from everyone and everything I have ever loved or cherished. I can only know you through my own experience, my only access to you. I need the help of other people, of the church and its tradition, of the wisdom of the ages, in order to learn how to read this experience. But no one can teach me who you are or what you are like unless you show me yourself. My experience is unique to me. It is there and there only that I can catch glimpses of you and know your attractiveness. Wow. In your light, I can see light. Although the experience of each of us is unique, yet you seem to have characteristic ways of working in us, with us, through us. Otherwise, we would never recognize you. You are the God of truth, of love, and of justice. The peace of soul, the tranquility and strength which we can experience in being true, loving, and forgiving is a sign of your presence. It is a peace which, provided we remain anchored in, cannot be shattered by any crises, however traumatic. Even when we stray from your truth and your love, you are still there, nudging us to change, because the bitterness of untruth, of unloving, of seeking our own good at the expense of other people's become unbearable. In all that we experience, your loving hand is guiding us, drawing us away from the slavery of sin, of our conditioning, and the slavery we have imposed upon ourselves into your own life. There are some pretty powerful words in that reading, but the one that got me was creation is a sacrament. And for those of us here who are of like mind, who believe in a loving God of many names, and who love creation and the animal kingdom like Francis, it takes on a whole new meaning that creation is a sacrament. And a sacrament is a gift from God. Oh, Now, the author guides us to read Isaiah 43, verses 1 to 5, and the theme, do not fear, for I have redeemed you. But first, brother needs a drink. So let us go to my Bible. Go to Isaiah 43, verses 1 to 5. God promises to rescue his people. Israel, the Lord who created you says, do not be afraid. I will save you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. When you pass through the deep waters, I will be with you, and your troubles will not overwhelm you. When you pass through fire, you will not be burnt. The hard trials that come will not hurt you. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy God of Israel who saves you. I will give up Egypt to set you free. I will give up Sudan and Seba. I will give up whole nations to save your life. Because you are precious to me, and because I love you and give you honor. Do not be afraid. I am with you. But the last line, and because I love you, I give you honor. Our God gives you honor, is honoring the divine in you. So do not be afraid. I am with you. But why are so many believers afraid? Why are so many believers living in fear? Why do so many believers listen not to what God is saying to their heart, but pressures from the media, the pressures from family and friends, work colleagues maybe, or from within one's own Christian family, the church? If we truly say we love God, then how can we allow fear destroy God's inner peace? Who is behind the fear? The Antichrist. And if you take fear as it is, it's an illusion. It feeds off your energy. We had a saying in the monastery years ago, fear never paid a bill. Fear only makes you ill. We move on. So let us see what he gives us for a prayer. Oh, wow. He says for the prayer, in italics, let today's reflection lead you to pray from your heart. And that's what we'll do. And I see Sid is praising God with you. So in the stillness of this moment, let us take Father's advice and let us be still and aware of the Christ, the one who called you here by name, the one who invites you into divine seduction. Oh yes, divine intimacy awaits those who are willing to surrender their heart and not be governed by fear, but who listen to the word of their God and to nourish those words in prayer, in meditation, in silence. But what is Christ saying to your heart now? Just be still, relax. What are you sensing within your heart from the reflection we shared with you and from Isaiah? Do not be afraid, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. Just visualize the Christ before you. He's outside your bedroom door or lounge door, and he's banging on your door out of love. You ignore it because you're feeling miserable today. You're not really wanting to do the God thing. You've had enough of religion. You want to break. But the knocking becomes incessant, and it's beginning to wear thin on your patience. And you go and you open the door, and there stands Jesus. And he looks at you, and he says under his breath, "About time too. I have been knocking on your heart for so many years to come home to your truth. But you've always known better than God. You go off on one of your vagaries or one of your tantrums. You listen to too many false prophets. You get led astray by what you read. And the one who really loves you is pushed aside. Why? And why are you allowing fear destroy what you were given before you were born? And Jesus reiterates the words again. Do not be afraid, for I have redeemed you. I have called you many times by your name to come. And you chose each time to run a mile away from my love through fear. Why? Why do you allow others take away my peace? Why do you engage in drama and the dramas of others' lives instead of protecting what I gave you? I honor the God within you. I honor the divine within your being. Is this the way you repay a friend who comes to you in love? Let us begin again. Let us draw a line in the sand and start afresh. And Jesus takes you by the arms, and he can see that you're switching off. He gently shakes you to bring you back to what he's saying. You do know that I love you. Do you? You do know that I honor my Father, Mother, God within you. Do you? And are you aware that I call you by your name every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day of your being, to come and surrender your truth, your heart, to my love. And you're left feeling embarrassed because of the times when you've abused the gift of friendship from God. But He forgives you. He's desperate to put His arms around you and say it again and again and again. You do know I love you, and that I will go on loving you, even if you choose to walk away. I will love you. And as you relax, Jesus sits down with you and shares these words from His heart. Come to me for understanding, since I know you far better than you know yourself. I comprehend you in all your complexity. No detail of your life is hidden from me. I view you through the eyes of grace. So don't be afraid of my intimate awareness. Allow the light of my healing presence to shine into the deepest recesses of your being, cleansing, healing, refreshing, and renewing you. Trust me enough to accept the full forgiveness that I offer you continually. This great gift, which cost me my life, is yours for all eternity. Forgiveness is at the very core of my abiding presence. I will never leave you, nor will I ever forsake you. When no one else seems to understand you, simply draw closer to me. Rejoice in the one who understands your complexity and who loves you perfectly. As I fill you with my love, you become a reservoir of love, overflowing into the lives of other people. Overflowing into the lives of other people. So where is that leaving you now? Where are you at today on your spiritual path? If you're discouraged, disheartened, despondent, depressed, if you're going through the dark night of the soul or living in a wilderness and unsure of the path you must take, switch off your mind, your iPhone and your iPad. Come away from all electrical gadgets and find that special place where you can sit and be still and where no one can distract you. And now call on me, and I will come. Call on my name, because I'm right beside you. I have never left you from the moment you were born, and I wait for you to call on me. Yes, I've wanted to intercept many times. I've wanted to shake you for getting too involved in other people's drama, but I cannot, because we respect your gift of free will. Unless you call on us for help, we just have to be bystanders. So call on us now. Share with the heart of the beloved what is heavy on your heart. And now bless your heart. And as you sit in the quietness of your soul, you are surrounded by a myriad of angelic beings who administer to you every day. And Jesus comes toward you resplendent, and he says, "Come, my beloved, I have something to show you." He takes you by your arm, and suddenly he brings you to a sacred mountaintop. He waves his hand, and the great clouds dissipate. And before you, you see the eternal city of God. You see angels in abundance ministering to God. You see the sacred Ark of the Covenant. You hear the purest of angelic voices, hypnotic. You hear the angel trumpets. And all this awaits you if you stand firm against attack and discipline your mind so that nothing of a negative can destroy all that Jesus has shared with you. I have loved you with an everlasting love because you are mine. Jesus takes you in his arms and he reminds you that when you struggle or you sense fear approaching, call on me and I will come. Because in the eyes of Father, Mother, God, you are precious. You are dearly loved. That's why I gave my life for you, that you could be free. Amen. Amen. Just be still and come round at your own pace and give thanks to the God who loves you and will never stop loving you. And remember, creation is a sacrament, and you are part of creation. So in truth, you too are a sacrament, a gift from God. Namaste, Shalom, Inshallah, Pax et Bonum, Om Shanti, Solo di Caritas, Salam Alaikum, and may the peace of the Good Shepherd reignite and reawaken you to those words from Isaiah. Do not be afraid, for I have redeemed you, and I've called you by your name. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to your company again. Have a wonderful day. The sun has come out, so go out into brother sun and sing your little heart out and enjoy Paddy's Day wherever you are. Amen. God bless.